In this video, I would like to talk about my flashcards and how I use my flashcards on my students. So right in front of you, these are a set of chemistry definition flashcards made for O-level chemistry. So the characteristic of my flashcards is like this. There's only, for every of this, there's only one piece of information on one card. So in front is the keyword that they want the students will have to remember, and then this is the definition that they need to know. So every one of them is made in this way. Then secondly, the cards are color coded. So in this case, the color codes are based on topic. Like in other situations, I may color code them in different manners. So this color coding is very much dependent on what I want to do. Yeah. So then students will, then how I use this is like this. I'll give these cards to my students. Okay, depending on student, some of the students out, they have not done the entire O-level syllabus, or they are just waiting, or they want to just learn the definition for a certain topic. So I'll just give them a certain topic. If there are many definitions that they need to remember in that topic, I'll just give them one set. So then the student, I'll give them students. I'll give them for students, I'll give them about half an hour. Then I'll let them remember this on their own. So after the half an hour, I'll let them do whatever they want with the cards for half an hour, just to remember all this. So then I'll bring out, like I'll quiz them, like what they remember out of all this. So I'll present them to the front, and then they'll give me the definition behind. So if they know, I will just group them into a pile where it's clearly for the student remembering the thing, and there's 1, 2, all this, right, that it's very much for a student doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, so he doesn't know, doesn't remember. This is for not remembering, and then this is for not understanding what is on the card, and then this is clearly they remembered, so it's segregated there. So then what happened is, next is I will just remove this bunch that they know, and then I will address this, like what's condensation, polymerization, explain to them so that they know what's going on, what is this about, and then so that they can remember it a little better later. So then this is really, they just cannot remember even though they know. So after explaining, give this back to them, and then they'll spend another 15 minutes remembering all this. So then after that I will just quiz them again, only on the ones that they don't know. So then something will happen like this. Then we'll just keep this and then let them focus on this. The whole process for a small pile of cards shouldn't take more than an hour, half an hour, yeah, like this. But of course this is just the basic, because the very basic is because they just have to remember this. So the second step to this is that I would have to make sure that the students remember after that one session. So what I do is, remembering that the student had some cards that they don't know earlier, so I keep track of them. Then what happens is, we will restart the process on another day or a couple of hours later, depending on how much time the student has. So then the student will run through the ones that they don't know again. Then after that, we test them on this and make sure that it comes like that. Then the rest that they already know previously, or he or she has already remembered. So what I do later is, I will retry again and then quiz them. Then after that, we're left with 3 cards, and then we will just let them look through this again and then redo it one more time. So this process will not take too long. Then that's the second time they record. Then after that, after which, right, we do this a few more times at periodic intervals, say on one day, the second day, then after that the fourth day, or maybe a week later. Then subsequently, once they are it's clear that they remember all of them, then I would actually drag the window longer, and then quiz them again one at a time. So that is one set. Okay, so in actual fact, the situation will be like this, where the student will have many sets, because many topics to learn, say like this. So what I do is, once we finish one, then we, depending on the student, how much they need to learn, so there's another set. I repeat the same process again. For this. Maybe say this and all this. I repeat the same process. Then after that, once they remember everything, like say they remember everything, like the first example I show with the yellow cards, then I repeat the same process. We shuffle, and then we'll start doing testing again and see how much they remember and how much they don't remember. So say like this. So then we will focus, and we'll focus on this again and again until they remember everything. But because the amount of information each time that is given to them is very little, not really a lot, so they can remember this at a fraction of the time, as compared to if you were to give them a book or a list that they have to see all the content at one go. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, so once we can test them even further. So once they do recalling, so after that is the recalling stage. So is very much like that all the time. Or sometimes you'll find that, so they have already mastered to the point that it's I know a lot and I don't know very little. We can make a change. Instead of giving the student the front, we can actually give them the back. So if they were able to look at the content behind the definition and give you the word, the key for the definition, then it's very much, we can know that the student actually learned and remembered all of them in multiple ways. So that means that the definition is pretty much remembered in their long-term memory as well. So this is this. So of course, if just now I showed I don't know, I know, I'm not sure, there's other stacks of cards that are like this, which is very much more explanation, and there's more things to remember and more things to understand. Then the I'm not sure will come in more helpful. But for definition, I don't think I'm not sure is that helpful. So you can just repeat the studying process like that.